welcome back to the Why So Series podcast. We are back on our road to Infinity War series, and today we are here to revisit Guardians of the Galaxy 2. This film was made in 2017, one of the most recent films. The Guardians must fight to keep their newfound family together as they unravel the mystery of Peter Quill's true parentage. Let's start with, we have Danielle on this one, the real star of the show, so let's start with her. Did you watch this movie when it came out, and did you like it?
Did you go see it in theaters?
I actually didn't get a chance to see it when it came out in theaters, but I did see it after, and I am in love with it. I think that it is action-filled, and normally when they do a second movie, it's always like, man, I hope it's going to be as good as the first one. And I think that it was great. It was everything that I expected it to be.
What about you, Big Mike?
Yeah, I definitely saw this in the movies when it first came out. I think, me and Mike, we saw this one together.
We saw it together, on the premiere weekend.
Mike was late to the movie, so I had to save our seats. But yeah, we saw this in the theaters. It was everything I thought it was going to be, especially after how good the first one was. Overall, great movie. When I first saw it, I think I liked it better than the first one. And now that I've especially with this opportunity to watch them back to back, I'm not so sure anymore. It's very, very close for me, but it's really a toss up. Each of them, can't really complain about them, but I love the movie.
Devin?
I saw it in theaters. Was like, it was good. And I thought the first one was better when I first saw it. But then I had a whole moment while I was sitting in the airport on Monday by myself in the whole terminal of Chicago Midway. And I watched this movie and I was like, damn, this movie is better than the first one. And I don't even know why I didn't know that. It was everything. It gave you every element. It gave you action. It gave you sentimental value. It gave you a great story. And then it just goes right off into what's going to happen next in Infinity War. So it was great for me. Everything, it came full circle for me, and I loved it.
And Mike?
Yeah, the Guardians movies I have no problem with any of them. They're fun to watch. They're fantastic. I saw it in theaters, again, with Mike, and I think we walked out of the theater like, wow, that was just amazing.
Then we went and bowled for free that night.
Oh, yeah. That was a great night for us. We got to bowl for free after that. I watched, after watching it the second time, I don't honestly know which is better between the first and the second. I think they're both great, and it's hard to put one over the other.
But isn't that something to say, like, if the second movie's just fucking good enough to even go against the first movie? Because it never happens with sequels, never.
For sure. So I don't know where they stand. I think they're both great in their own regard, and they're both just great films.
Yeah, I love this film. I love comedy in superhero movies. And this film, along with Thor Ragnarok's probably, and Ant-Man, are like the three funniest Marvel movies. Why does this keep beeping? Three funniest Marvel movies that they've made. And this film was funny from start to finish, especially, again, just like the first film, like we said last week. To me, Dave Bautista stole the show. He's the fucking funniest guy in this movie. And I just wrote like quote after quote for him because it's just hilarious from like the first scene. I guess we'll talk about some bigger things before we get into some smaller things. But did you guys know about Ego, the Living Planet, before going to see this movie?
Not one bit. Not one bit.
No.
Nope.
Big Mike, did you?
Nope, not at all.
So what do you think about the crazy concept of a living planet? Anyway.
It was definitely kind of weird to wrap your head around. I mean, it kind of makes sense because we were introduced to nowhere in the last movie, so you get this like the concept of the celestial, like, and I think they did a really good job of explaining like what a celestial is, like how this planet came about. He's just like, he just kind of appeared out of nowhere. It's like over millions of years he was able to like turn matter into different things and create matter and all that kind of stuff. So just the fact that he was the planet, but like that being was kind of like a physical representation of himself, I thought it was really cool.
I thought it was. I thought it was like the Big Bang. It's like, well, I guess if that's what like, we're gonna make this is how the universe became, and he just made a planet, and he kept like going on and on and on, and then he got greedy and wanted to make a whole bunch of hymns. So I got it, but I was like, well, damn, it's kind of what everybody would do in that situation, almost, I guess. Spread your seed, I guess that's what he did. And it was so gross when you just see him like in the little mule thing behind him, and he had all these kids with all these different like beings and shit. Because it just looks weird because he stayed in his human form. Like I was like, he probably did some crazy shit, like sucking on some tentacles or some shit like that. It was just weird,
Ego was Space Sean Kemp.
Oh wow, that was.
I don't know.
Oh, Sean Kemp is the Rain Man, yo. He was out here.
Mike doesn't watch sports.
So what happens is, right, Sean Kemp put a baby in you, give you your $4 million, and he don't talk to your ass no more. That's what it is, yo. You have a whole baby. He's a
basketball player that had a ton of babies.
And just paid. He didn't pay no child support. One lump sum, I'm done with your ass. Shit was groundbreaking stuff back in the day. Groundbreaking stuff.
All right. So the first scene was the big action set piece, and I like that. This is what I'm always telling Mike: is when you watch the previews for this movie, the majority of the preview of the trailers focused around this scene, and it made it seem like this big monster is going to be like one of the big bads in the film. And when you watch the film, it's completely played as a joke, pretty much, and it's just like a scene for you to see how cute Baby Groot is. So Danielle, what'd you think about Baby Groot?
I thought he was adorable. At first, I didn't really know because they made it seem as if, of course he doesn't talk, and just says Groot. But I thought he was so cute how in the beginning he was dancing the whole time. I'm like, yo, that would definitely be me, freaking twerking the whole time while everybody else is fighting. Because he basically was just chilling. But I thought it was so cute because he plugged up the music and then he was dancing. Everybody else was out there like, yo, get your ass over there on the side. He over there just chilling, dancing with everything else going on. So I just thought it was cute because it brought some humor to that scene right there. I thought it was cute.
Mike, you're usually a sourpuss. You don't like fun and cute stuff. So what'd you think about Baby Groot?
No, I love Baby Groot. And he was fantastic and adorable, and I want to buy that little potted plant thing that you can have at dances.
That is the cutest stuff.
I have
Brandon,
one.
do you have that? I'm about to say Brandon has that because I was like, it is so cute.
Yeah, I want one. They're awesome. So I love Baby Groot. You're just being a hater.
No, Mike, you are a sourpuss. That is not to be debated on this podcast. You have downed a lot of things that brought everybody joy in this podcast. You will not move off the sourpuss. You are Mr. Sourpuss.
You can't help but like him though, because his cute little beady eyes and his little face. It's like I never thought a little tree stump would be adorable like that.
Oh my God! And just the timing of everything that was happening behind him, and he was just in his own world, loving life. I was just like, this is the definition of black boy joy for me right now. Like
they made the world love a damn tree stump that had mold at the top of it. Like, how do you do that? That's classic right there.
Some people love people with eczema. You know what I mean? Don't do that.
Shut up.
Big Mike, what'd you think about Bautista, Drax in this scene?
First off, I was telling Mike when we were watching this, like, this might be my favorite, if anything, opening scene of like any movie I've ever seen. Like,
definitely.
It is so perfect. Like, it is so well made, so well written. Like, obviously, there's no character in any movie better than Baby Groot. Like, he's just perfect in every way. So funny. And I think it kind of really defined or gave like an extra bit of like character definition to all of the characters and what they're about. I like Drax a lot. I just love, like you said before, like, I love his kind of humor, his I'm invincible kind of nature. He's just like, we can't pierce the skin from the outside. I'm just going to go inside and stab it up. And like that little shot of him just like furiously stabbing at the inside of his stomach.
nothing happening.
Yeah, that was funny
nothing.
because nothing at all happened. He was just getting out of breath.
And he's
I was
like,
like-
I single-handedly tamed the beast.
Yeah, that was so funny.
That was so funny, yo. Oh man. But yeah, you have to love Drax. And the fact that he definitely was out here fucking touchdown dancing and did absolutely nothing. Like that shit was hilarious.
So then
Also, when Baby Groot was waving to Gamora, I also lost it when they were just mid-fight. And he's just like, "Hey, how you doing?" She waved back. That was great.
So then we meet the Sovereign, and what do you guys think about that race of people?
She's everything I love. No, first of all, this her, the main head bitch of the Sovereign. She was everything
Kesman.
you wanted to love. Huh?
I think
Of course, Devin gonna be in love with a damn alien because it's a woman.
No,
Any
no,
shape-
no.
any
I'm talking
shape
about her
of form.
mannerisms, yo. That shit
I
was
thought you said-
every.
No, Devin, you could be a damn dog that's dressed up like a female, and your ass gonna be like, "That's the sexiest poodle I've ever seen in my life."
Wow, I am not even talking about anything visual about this. I just loved her and the fact that
so. Her name
we're
is
superior-
Aisha.
Yeah, that too. That was fucking awesome. The fact that she's like her straight face the whole time. We are superior beings. We hired you to do a job, and we're gonna talk down to you. But like, Rocket is fucking cracking jokes, stealing battery.
Yeah, but
You
low
said-
key,
Unless you were
That
see
bitch is
douchebags, but that's not true.
but low key, she wanted to fuck Star Lord.
And throw him the mean signs, yo. Whole panty. She was like, yo, I need to do this research. That shit was everything, yo. And it was just a great introduction of her and this who they are in the whole movie, in the plot of the movie. It was great. I loved it.
You said she would fuck him.
Yeah, she do. What do you mean? She really was throwing them
you don't
panties.
remember that part? He said she was talking about how they genetically create their people in
Perfect
like
human
birth
beings.
pods.
Yeah.
I
And
just say what
then,
she gonna do, put her hands on her head and then just, I'm fucking you right now. Yeah. Like, I
No,
can't.
yeah.
no, she
they
said
be
she
doing
wanted to
pods.
experience it.
Yeah. The human
Look, don't
experience.
hate Danielle.
Danielle is hating.
Danielle's just
Yeah.
mad because she can't get Chris Pratt. That's what it is. She just.
All right. Yeah, okay. I got to
He is
go see
Star-Lord.
for Halloween and walk in front of him.
Look, did you see Star Lord without his shirt on? He looked in good shape to me.
Definitely did. I was like,
What
I did.
Man.
What'd you think about the Sovereign, Mike?
I didn't know. There's a lot of things in these movies that I didn't know about before watching it, so it's always fun to me. But they were douchebags. Rocket was right. I mean, the scene where they're on the Yondu's on that planet and the Sovereigns show up and they're doing that whole like the cart. You know what I'm talking about? They're rolling out that
Carpet.
carpet.
Yeah.
It gets. I'm just like, are you serious? Fucking
She was
walk.
everything, yeah. She was
Fine.
everything.
All right, Mike. So this is right up your alley. What'd you think about the intergalactic video games?
What do you mean? The way they control their like fighters?
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. I like that. I mean, I wouldn't. To them, it's not a video game though. It's like they're.
No, to them it is a video game. To everybody else, they're about to die.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because they talk shit, like they gather around and like, you got killed, you died. And then like
They
they
even have the loser sound. Like,
yeah.
That was cool. I like that. I had no. I mean, it was funny. I wasn't expecting it, but then after you like realize that these people are all about like self-preservation, that they're the greatest thing that has been created, then
AKA the colonizers.
well, here's the thing. This movie introduced the MCU to a lot of larger cosmic concepts in Marvel. Because later in the film, we'll talk about it, but they give a nod to eternity, which is like this like ridiculous notion in the Marvel universe that I'll talk about a little bit later. But you meet the Sovereign. In the after credit scene, you get a hint of Adam
Watcher.
Warlock. You see the Watchers. You get Celestials. It's just all these big picture stuff that the comic books talk about a lot. But this is like the first movie. I mean, Guardians 1 did a little bit, but this movie really like dives headfirst into Marvel Cosmic. So then, one of my favorite scenes is after this when they're when they're in the ship and Star-Lord's like, I wasn't really flirting with Aisha. I was just fucking with her. And Gamora was like, yeah, all right. And then Drax walks up to fucking Star-Lord and he goes, There's two types of women. There's women who dance
and
and women who don't dance.
he talks about his wife.
He starts talking about his wife. He's like, you just need to find a woman as pathetic as you. And he says it with such a straight face.
I was like, damn.
It's the funniest shit I've seen. We get to see Yondu again. Did you like Yondu better in this movie or better in one, Big Mike?
I definitely liked him better in this movie. I mean, I think like he was definitely kind of more fleshed out in this movie. He was more of a major factor, and it kind of like it showed his kind of human side, even though he's not really human. Like throughout the entire movie, you realize the reason that he did the things that he did, and he really feels like terrible about it. And we kind of see that first on that like weird stripper planet, where he was just like
robots. They're fucking robots, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's a thing, by the way. There are sex robots.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly they're sex robots. Have you guys watched Slut Ever? It's really good shit. It's a woman that dives into the world of sex and kink and stuff like that. It's on Viceland. It's pretty dope.
No, I've not seen it, but I might watch it. So then the Sovereign figure out that they stole these batteries and they try to get them and they get saved by Ego. So when you, we'll start with you, Devin. When you first saw Ego, did you think he was a good guy? Or did you think he was going to be the big bad?
You can't ever see what happened at the end of the movie happening at the beginning. You just don't know that that's going to happen. Because in the beginning of the movie, you're just thinking like, oh, cool, this is good. I realized I put it together really quickly that that's Peter's dad. But to see where it evolved and what it was, like, no. But The Simpsons did an episode like this before, so I guess I could see it coming. But no, and when I was watching the movie in the moment, no, I did not understand the epicness of what Ego was and what he wanted to do. Because they have whole moments, and like, okay, Peter Quill's gonna get a whole dad, and we're gonna have moments, and they're gonna go save the world together.
They played it went left with a fucking baseball
of light. Like, yeah, that shit was so beautiful.
Mike loves that scene.
You hated that scene.
I don't hate it.
You're a buzzkill, and
you're such a buzzkill. You hate everything fun.
I did not hate that scene.
You're just like, I don't get it. Like, why are they playing catch? It's like, dude, you've never seen his dad before. Like, that's just a thing you're supposed to do with your dad.
My dad
also, I gotta say, fuck Yondu for making me feel like I want to be a dad. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I don't have kids, and I don't know what it is to have kids, but I be getting choked up in these moments, and I was like, fuck you, Yondu, and I love my daddy. Like, yeah.
That's exactly what it was. You have baby fever.
Yeah, you got baby fever.
Frank, shut up, you too.
Yondu's the real daddy. I love Yondu.
I do too.
He may be your father, but he ain't your daddy.
That's what he said.
That was a great line.
Then they go to Ego, and then we meet Mantis. So Danielle, what'd you think about Mantis? Have you ever heard of her? And if not, what'd you think of her?
Nope, not really privy of who Mantis is.
What'd you think of her in the movie?
What? Which character was she?
That's the bitch with the antennas. I'm sorry. The woman with the antennas.
I'm glad they didn't make her a fucking mute, because at first I was like, Lord, she about to be a mute. But she looks stupid. Like, I just don't like her elongated face.
God damn.
Jeez.
Why can't people be different, Danielle?
Because they could have made her look a little bit more intriguing. But, I mean, I guess it was dope because she could feel people's feelings. I think that's dope. Especially how she just puts people to sleep if they ask if she want to go to sleep. I'm like, damn, can I get that? I mean, my sleep problems. But that would be so dope if that was real. Like, if you could turn a bitter bitch into a happy person. Like, that would be so dope. I think that the world would be a lot more nicer if people could.
That's fun for once. Oh my god.
That is a bitter bitch.
Yeah, that was the good one. The bitter bitch club too.
And they actually did a good job of not giving her. So basically, in the comic book, she's half Vietnamese and half German, and she gets her mind wiped and then she has to go into the world to gain like experience. So she becomes a prostitute and a barmaid in a Vietnamese bar.
Nice.
That's how she.
That is how you experience things. That's
how
definitely
she
how you
learns to be an empath. So
I've had that. She's had all the type of guys before.
I actually might want to
felt
see that
everything.
story. Actually,
She has felt everything, definitely, literally and figuratively. She has felt everything.
No, I like how she called. I like how she called Peter out though.
Yeah. So, what'd you think about the scene where she's like reading Peter's emotions, and then Drax just starts fucking laughing?
No, because it was about Gamora. He was talking about his feelings for Gamora.
Man, that shit was fucking. That shit was hilarious. His laugh just made everything.
He's like, do me next.
She just told everyone your deepest, darkest secret. Like that was prime, like the epitome of a Drax moment right there.
It was. He carried the whole situation longer than what it had to be. But I thought it was dope that he called her out. Because did you see her face? She was getting turned on like shit. She was like, yeah.
At one point, Drax is like, look, woman, I like some women with meat on their bones. I don't fucking want you. And then he starts choking. And she's like, what's going on? He's like, I'm throwing up thinking about getting physical with you. That's so ignorant.
Oh, man. But like, Gamora was not for the shit any part of this movie. She wasn't with the shit for Manus, and she wasn't with the shit when they went to Ego. Like, she was not with the shit, show. She was not having any of this shit. I loved every second of that. Her faces, her still bitch face. Like, you were not, resting bitch face. I'm sorry. The woman out there, resting bitch face. Gamora sold that shit amazingly. And go ahead, Brandon.
Oh, no. No, you can go ahead and finish. Are you done?
I was done. But I also like how we never got to see Thanos, and we only see Thanos until Infinity, and that's going to be a great. So we'll talk about that.
I thought we did see Thanos.
We never saw him in the first movie.
No,
movie. No, you saw him in the first movie, but we saw him in this movie too.
Oh, we didn't.
Yes, we did. When they were doing the time jump, when
you see, but I'm just saying, like, see him, Brandon.
When fucking Yondu and Rocket were doing the jumps to get to Ego, they passed through one planet. And you see Thanos down there.
No, I know that, Brandon. I'm saying show him.
Yeah, you see him. Yeah, you didn't notice that, Mike?
I saw that, but I'm just saying, like, we don't see Thanos' face or anything, but we know it's Thanos because he's on the throne. He's sitting on that whatever that thing, but we never see him. They mention him, yes, they speak of him, but we don't get introduced to him until Infinity Wars now.
So, Big Mike, in Guardians 1, you were a hater of Nebula, and I told you that in Guardians 2 they explained her story more. Did you think they explained it better in 2?
I definitely think Nebula better in 2 than in 1. I still just don't like the character. It's really just like the demeanor that I don't like. Like, I get it, like, Thanos kind of tortured her for her entire childhood, making her fight Gamora every single day, just like making her a machine, and like all she wanted to do was.
You say that so like nonchalant.
Yeah, that shit is so like.
Oh
well, no, it's shitty.
Only thing that happened was her father.
Punished her every time she.
No, not just punished her. Experimented on her and turned her into a somewhat cyborg, and then forced her to develop this hatred for her sister in the terms that she made her fight her every day, and she kept losing and losing, and kept rubbing it in that her other sister was better than her for her entire life. All that's just what happened.
No, it's crazy stuff, and I get it, and that like I understand why she is the way she is now, but it's just like I get her demeanor. I just don't like it.
My thing is I don't get why. Like, Nebula would be mad at Gamora. Bitch, I ain't trying to get... I see what happens to you every time you lose. Bitch, I am not trying to be a cyborg. I am not losing today. Fuck you. Like, I don't know how you could be mad at somebody for that. Because I wouldn't lose.
She said to her, I wasn't trying to win. I just wanted a sister. Gamora's mentality is, I'm going to try to fucking win all the time. She's like that with Peter and with the Guardians. This whole film was a way of figuring out, like, the bad spots in each member's personality and kind of exploiting them into making them become better people, including Drax. By the end, Drax was like out there trying to save Mantis and almost sacrificed himself for her. So like each character got to like deal with a part of them that was fucked up and tried to make better. Mike, what was your favorite action scene in the movie?
Probably the scene where Rocket is messing with the Ravagers. That was probably my favorite action scene.
Taser face!
Hey. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, that was probably my favorite action scene. Also, I'm gonna say this, and Brandon's gonna agree with me, and I'm gonna feel a little bad for my DC people, but Rocket's a better Batman than Batman with his gadgets.
Yes.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Rocket has the best
Rocket-
gadgets.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Even when his shit fucking breaks and gets blown out, and like he only has it, and he switches to another weapon really quickly, and it's fucking awesome. Yeah, like Rocket's way better. Yeah.
I didn't say he's better. I just said he's being a better Batman than the current cinematic Batman.
Oh, well, without question, because that one's not even Batman. He's a joke.
Yeah, so that was my favorite action scene, I think.
What was your favorite action scene, Big Mike?
I think I got to agree. I just think it really played to Rocket's personality, like Mike said, with all the gadgets and the fact that like if he wants to fuck people up, like he'll fuck people up. Like he took out an entire squad pretty much by himself, and yeah, he got kind of caught at the end, but like he was doing some damage to pretty much everybody, and I thought it was great.
Listen, these are not good people. In that last scene, him and Yondu had to kill like 500 people.
That was crazy.
Like they basically committed genocide of a fucking ship. Just killed everyone.
That was my favorite part. I was about to say that's Yondu fucking getting his fucking what is it called?
The arrow thing?
Yeah, the arrow thing. Yeah, I guess it's the arrow. Yeah, when he got his arrow thing back and he just was going ham on the whole ship, and then the way he gave it the taser face at the end, man, God, that was my favorite action scene.
And getting that fin, having Baby Groot go get that fin was funniest thing. I could not stop laughing the first time I watched that the whole time. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was cute. I don't know. I like when what's the little fox name? I mean, Rocket. Fox name. Rocket. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like him taking out those people. That was pretty dope. I thought it was funny. Because at first I was like, when he had all the little booby traps, of course, because they didn't show us how that happened. But I just thought it was fucking awesome. Because his whole character is in that sarcasm is hilarious. So I think that the fact that they give them all a little bit of personality is dope as fuck.
Right. They let them be their own characters, and they fucking highlight their personality and character traits in every one of their scenes. They all have their own moment in the movie, and that's dope.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah, I thought it was great. So and then you get the big reveal that like Ego's whole plan is that he wants to like create himself on all these planets and make every planet and everything live in him. And I'm like, that's kind of arrogant, but your name is Ego, so I guess that makes sense.
Yo, you know what this is? It's literally the case of those doctors that work in fertility clinics, and then like years later, it pops up that they were using their own sperm specimen, and like they have like 20 or 30 something kids because they were using their own sperm. This is exactly what that is. I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a fucked up analogy, but that is fucked up.
But it's the truth. What are you talking about?
I mean, I know it's the truth. I'm just saying. They also gave Yondu his comic book fin, which is cool, because that's what he looks like in the comic books. He's got that big fin on his head. So...
Hey, what did Groot bring back that was the guys? Okay.
So then you kind of you get Ego fucking up by saying that you get to reveal that he put the tumor in Peter's mom.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was dumb as shit.
That was like a heartbreaking scene because like Peter's face just dropped. But right before that was when he was like, "I see her. I see in eternity," and that was like one of my favorite parts of the movie as a comic book nerd because eternity is like something I thought I would like never see in the movies. So like basically. Here's like a basic biography. Eternity was created as a second sentient force supporting creation. Before eternity, there was a single universe whose animating force was the primal cosmic being that would later call itself the first firmament. The first firmament was attacked by its creations, the Celestials, during the catastrophic cosmic war that erupted, and their counterpart, the Aspirants. And the climax was the creation of eternity. So eternity is like this, just like this cosmic being of like time and space. But it's like in the form of like this woman with like Medusa hair, and it's like this crazy thing. It's like this crazy big concept that they always talk about in the comic books, but he actually brought it up in the films, which I actually think we're going to see something crazy like that at some point in the movies. What did you guys think about the final fight scene, the big thing of when they're trying to kill Ego?
It's everything some of blockbusters is supposed to be. A lot of explosions, a lot of crazy shit.
I thought the colors that they did were amazing. Mike and I were talking about how shitty the fucking final scenes in Wonder Woman and Justice League were with the fucking
because they're dark. Yeah.
No, the red filter that just looks stupid. But in Guardians, you just saw like all these beautiful colors and lighting that just made the scene just pop. And I thought it was amazing. What do you guys think, Big Mike and Mike?
Yeah, no, I love the final fight scene. I think they really did a good job of like keeping it serious with like obviously the subject matter of he's trying to destroy the universe and everything. With like Peter kind of battling his daddy issues, and I think they did a really good job of keeping with the whole humor theme throughout the whole movie by like taking baby Groot and be like, no, push this button. If you push this one, that's gonna blow everything. Like, and it's just, I thought they balanced it out really well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've talked about before how some of the final fights in these movies have been a little bit underwhelming compared to other scenes in the movie, and I don't think this was the case here. It was like a perfect mix of comical and action-packed and even a little bit emotional at the end there when you see that Gamora, like, actually does have some feelings for... I mean, you knew it all along, but, like, you actually see her, like, go through that emotional... And then the Yondu, that part was just... Man,
Too much.
Did not want him to die at all. I would definitely preferred like Nebula or someone go over Yondu, especially after all that's happened to him in the movie. So I liked the scene a lot. It was great.
Daniel, what about you?
As I said previously before, I didn't get to watch it all the way through, so don't want to
She didn't do her
not
job.
give my honest. Don't want to give my honest opinion on it when I haven't finished all of it.
She didn't do her job, guys.
Oh, shut up.
Then we had the Ravager's funeral, which was so dope. And then we get to see... So do you guys know who Sylvester Stallone's character was?
No, I didn't know.
I just assumed he was like the leader of the Ravager faction.
No, his name is Starhawk. And in that one, so first of all, this film has the best after credit scenes. There's like 5 of them, and the credits is so fucking cool. How they mix in I Am Groot for certain things. It's like the coolest fucking shit. But his name is Starhawk, and he is the leader of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. So in the comic books, there was a Guardians of the Galaxy team before this one that was created in the 60s. And Starhawk was the leader of that. And Yondu was on that team. And then you see like that crystal looking person in the after credit scene. He's a member. Those are the original Guardians.
The movie, Brandon. He rolls with Sylvester. He was in the movie.
I know. I'm saying they're all part of the team. They're the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do y'all realize how Stallone is always the original of some movie? Like he's the original of a lot of things.
Stallone was great in this movie too for his few lines.
He was really good. He was really good.
I thought Kurt Russell. Who you guys think did the best acting? I still think it was Bautista, but I did enjoy Kurt Russell.
I love. First of all, the fact that he played such a wide range of emotions in the whole movie, and he made you believe that, like, yo, I love my son, and I'm gonna give. But I really have alternative plans for my son. As far as I want us to take care of the universe, like it was great, like because he got me. I was wrapped on every word he was saying when he was spilling to Peter, and he showed him the light. He connected with him, and then, hey Peter, I got a plan for me and you to be the fucking creators of the whole new universe. We're gonna put ourselves in the planet. I couldn't do it by myself, but with you, son, we can do it all. That shit's crazy. So it was really good.
Michael, Devin wants a son. Devin wants a damn son.
First of all,
Devin wants a damn son because listen, you ain't got emotional like 8 times talking about the favorite roles that you like.
You're damn right.
I'm gonna need you to go have a baby, okay?
I need a whole wife.
Look, no, I'm just weak because every time Brendan says, so What was your favorite part? What was your favorite acting part? Here your emotional ass go. You know what? The fatherly figure is just so. I think you need to have a son. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like Danielle's projecting.
Don't play with me.
I think she's
Do not make
projecting.
me jump to this. Don't make me jump to this.
It seemed like it. I just feel these things, and then she expresses them. I just tell you how I feel.
Shut the hell up. No, I like Bautista though. I think his role was dope as fuck. Go ahead, my bad.
Big Mike, who you think who stood out?
I think probably it was a tie for me, but honestly, I think Michael Rooker did a fantastic job as well. Like, you could see he's got that tough guy attitude, doesn't want his crew to know that he actually cared about Peter. And then, throughout the movie, and then while comparing himself to Rocket, he's like going.
We're talking about Yondu, people. We're talking about Yondu. Fucking just throwing people's name out there. And like, Michael Rooker. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah. Yondu, my bad. I thought he did a great job. So did Bautista, though, honestly. So a lot of people did a great job. It was, I don't know. It was, yeah.
What's all say? Vin Diesel is definitely the star of the movie.
True.
But
I gotta say, I think
shout out to him getting paid for doing this shit. Like, this is crazy.
True. Now, I gotta say, I think the best actor, me, was probably Taserface.
Taser.
No. I agree with Mike. I think Yondu was probably the most well played. I think he kind of had the most eye-opening role in this movie.
I would agree.
Yeah, but I think he did the best acting job. But I think my favorite duo, which kind of trumps that for me, was the Mantis Drax combination. I thought that was fantastic. Like the chemistry between those two characters, I thought was hilarious. Like the innocence of Mantis and just how blunt Drax is. Like they played off each other really well.
So then we get a bunch of after credit scenes, but the most popular one was the mention of Adam, who will be Adam Warlock. And what's interesting about Adam Warlock, which a bunch of nerds got excited for, is we have not seen the Soul Gem yet, but he is not going to be in Infinity War, so they're not going to follow this logic. But in the comic books, basically Adam Warlock was created by scientists on Earth called the Enclave, and they wanted to create the perfect human. So they end up calling him just him. That was just his name. And he rebelled against them, and he went into Earth. He went into space to like travel the universe, and he met the High Evolutionary, and they gave him the green Soul Gem. So the Soul Gem is like in his head. So we're gonna be doing the Infinity Gauntlet series next month. And he's a big part of that series because he has the Soul Gem that Thanos is trying to get. But I don't think we're gonna see him in Infinity War. I think they've already said he's not going to be in Infinity War. But did you guys know anything about Adam Warlock before the movie, or did you just hear about him when people were talking about it after the after credit scene?
I did because I watched Guardians, the cartoon, and it's great.
He's in the cartoon.
And I mean, the only guy I'm trying to know when they're going to try to get Nova on board. I guess is he going to be in movie number 3? I guess
Mike says James Gunn doesn't like Nova.
He doesn't like Nova. He put out a statement saying that he doesn't really like Nova, doesn't think he's necessary. Doesn't understand the big deal or the hype. He also hates his helmet.
I also think that's a red herring, and we will see Nova.
I'm down.
All right, so the second to last thing is we'll go around starting with Danielle, and then everybody just jump in. What was your favorite scene? What was your least favorite scene? And what do you give the score? Noted that Danielle's score is invalid because she didn't do her job.
You know what? First of all, I think my favorite scene was Rocket because I just love his whole character. The beginning scene was my favorite too, though, because Groot just gave me so much life. So I would be torn between those two. My least favorite would probably be the chick that read the mind. She was kind of, I don't know if it's because she just looks disturbing to me, but her whole role, I guess, she played a little bit of relevance, but think she was just that needed. So I don't really care for that scene too much, except for the exposure of villains. That was cool, but that's it. But since my opinion doesn't matter, I'd give it a 10 because
Wow, we didn't say your
Jeez.
opinion doesn't matter. We
I'm
just
just
said
playing.
God.
I'm just joking. I'm
You will
just
not
joking.
make us to be sexist pigs on this podcast, man.
I was just playing. I give it a 10 though, because I definitely could watch it again, the first and the second. Even though I do like the first one better, but yeah.
I'll
Devin?
go. I'm gonna give it a 10. You know what? I can't give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I'm gonna go 9.5. It made me feel Yondu moments. Yondu just being a really good being protective of Peter. I love that. But my favorite scene would have to be when Yondu got his arrow back, and then the group part at the end when he was explaining how the bomb works and shit like that, and he just going back and forth. I'm not gonna say it was a bad part, but just like when Kirk Douglas or Ego was going through his whole ethos, and he was showing when you saw all the bodies at the end when they showed the skeletons of all the kids that didn't work or didn't have the light inside of them, that kind of was disturbing, and I didn't like that part. But everything, man, this is a great sequel. Like anytime a sequel can go heads up against the fucking first one. And it'd be a great movie like it was. It's always kudos. So like Black Panther got a 10 for me. So yeah, this has to get a 9.5. So nothing's ever going to be better than Black Panther.
I'm agree with Devin and give it a 9.5 as well because I'm saving my Black Panther. It was a 10, and I know we know Infinity War. It's just gonna be 10.
Oh my god, so many stars in Infinity War. It's like it's so crazy how action packed that shit's gonna be.
I mean, when you put it like that, don't be trying to make it seem like I was too excited and gave it a 10 when I didn't know y'all was comparing other movies.
Hey, Danny, you. No judgment here.
Don't do that.
I
I'm gonna wait till the good stuff come out, so I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Oh, don't do that. Thanks.
That's Mike's strategy. What about you, Big Mike?
Score-wise, I'm gonna go with a 9.7. I mean, nothing is perfect for me, even though Infinity War probably will come close, but it wasn't perfect. My favorite scene, I think it's a tie between the opening fight scene and, like Devin said, when Yondu got his arrow back. I really just love the music choice for both of those.
Yes.
And just the action and just kind of how funny it was. My least favorite scene was probably when they're getting chased by the what are they? The
Sovereign.
When they're getting chased through like the asteroid field, and then a million of them just pop up at the other side of the asteroid field. It's like, why couldn't you guys just go around the asteroid field?
That was the point.
Like, the only way to the next jump point is through this asteroid field, and then everyone just goes around it. So like, I didn't get that at all. I thought that was kind of dumb, but I did like how like the little back and forth between Rocket and
Peter and Star-Lord, whatever.
Especially when they were just like, when she was like, if you were like to use your head and not what's between your legs, like we could have landed this fine. And then Chris Pratt was like, yo, if down there had a hand, I bet you I could have like steered that ship. I thought that was
that was epic. That was epic.
That's such a dude bro thing to say.
Classic mind.
I was like, hey, Daddy. When he said that, I said, hey, Daddy, how you doing?
So first of all, now Danielle is an advocate for men having hand penises. Okay, that is on the record.
Okay, they took his shirt off in the beginning, and he looked bomb as hell. So when they said, when he said that, after, can I have my moment? Ain't nobody say nothing when you're talking about the gold suit, plain face girl.
Yeah, let her thirst. Jeez.
Thank you, Brandon. Don't try me.
No, all I'm saying, I'm not talking about your thirst is all approved. We're talking about you wanting hand penises out on the street right now. That's all I'm talking about. A hand penis.
He said, if this shit had a hand, I said, okay, how you doing, hand?
Look, we know from the first film that he fucks all types of race of people.
Oh, he is fucking them.
And aliens.
It was.
Although he had one of them like stored away in the ship. That was a little disturbing.
Yeah, that was
I give it a 9.2. I love the film. Didn't really hate anything about it. Was the funniest MCU film to me, and I love funny movies. I loved it. All right, last thing before we get out of here. Has everybody seen the official Infinity War trailer?
Both of them?
I haven't seen
new
all
one.
of the newest. No, I saw the new one. I did see the new one. I saw it.
Have you seen it, Danielle?
Saw a smidge. Don't come at me.
No, we're just saying it just came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, no, I just saw a smidge. Didn't get
All
to
right,
watch
so we're
the
gonna
whole thing.
watch it, and then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna give a quick reaction, and we're gonna get out of here. So hold on, let me do this.
Okay.
All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Devin, Danielle.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
I was just waiting for it to load. It had to load.
All right, cool. Let's watch.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
I got them
That
mixed
is the
up.
first one.
Hold up. I got them mixed up. Hold on.
You're failing at your job.
Hey,
Oh,
mind your business.
that's what I'm talking about.
Mind
That's
your
what I'm
business. How
talking
about that?
Oh, right back at him.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. This is Danielle's fault, actually. All right, here we
Blame
go.
it on the women. Blame it on the women.
That's right.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am
Oh,
Spider-Man.
shit.
Turn all the way up. That's gonna be so lit.
I already got my tickets.
Me too.
So excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm definitely gonna see it more than once. Definitely.
That's gonna be dope.
What is that?
That's eager entertainment. What are you talking about, man?
That is
Or, no.
like the best thing ever. So
Yeah.
Mike saw the trailer and he almost lost it. The other day.
Question: who's the guy that looks like fucking the Emperor from Star Wars? Who's that
I
guy?
got
With
you.
the,
Are you talking about Ebony Maw?
yeah.
Right. He's one of the Thanos' lieutenants and a member of the Black Order, which.
Oh, okay, cool. We're
So
in the comic book.
next month, we're gonna do a history of Thanos episode before the film, and Devin, in our next reading in the Avengers thing that we're doing, is when we're gonna meet the Black Order. In the
Yeah, I
Infinity
saw. I read
series.
it already. I read
They
that.
are overpowered, and I love it.
They are super overpowered. Like,
So that's that. Danielle, what'd you think about that? Are you excited?
What? I'm so hyped. That's gonna be dope as fuck. Like that's something I was mad that I didn't get to go see the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 before premiere. I was mad I couldn't do that, but this one I'm actually probably gonna get Devin's gonna buy my ticket soon so that we could go see that movie ahead of time. Devin, thanks so much.
They actually have a thing on Thursday at military we could go to. That Thursday, it's a special thing for Regal members and shit like that. So you just gotta get tickets early.
Yeah, I'm super excited though. It looks like it's gonna be fucking epic.
Did you see them black women? We got Gamora and we got Sherry.
We do have Gamora and Sherry. That is true.
And Okoye.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been saying in the trailer. I was talking about trailer. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Look at Mike. All right. Any last thoughts about?
Wait.
What?
I can't wait to see Tony Stark. I can't wait to see Tony Stark and Peter's sarcasm work together. Like that's gonna be dope as fuck.
I was just gonna say,
Star-Lord.
Finally found someone more cocky than Tony Stark and Peter Quill.
Hello, I'm excited.
Yeah, did you see his face?
Thanos looks so amazing though. That is the best thing about all this. That Thanos doesn't look like whoever the fuck DC put out there for whatever. I don't even know the guy's name anymore because I'm so mad about that movie. God damn it.
God, that made me forget his dumbass name.
I'm so glad I forgot his name. It's a fucking awful movie.
I just said this to Mike yesterday, the other day. You're talking about that stupid Darkseid's nephew. Fucking Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Fucking DC. Fucking shit up for us.
Also, just be prepared for a lot of your favorite people to die, because I think they're all going to die.
Cap's going to die.
They're all going to die.
They're supposed to die.
That punch from Thanos, that was kind of cool.
He did catch Thanos' hand, which was pretty dope. It's a great scene. But yeah. They're going down. They're not fucking with Thanos. All right, that'll do it for this. Next week's issue. What do you mean issue? Next week's
movie, Brandon?
Next week's movie is Avengers: Age of Ultron, which we will be reviewing. And I know Mike has mixed thoughts about that, but
I hated it. But
you hated it. But I think it'll be. Oh, you haven't seen it, Big Mike?
Nope.
Oh, this should be good then. So yes, next week's Avengers: Age of Ultron. Hopefully, Danielle's busy life will allow her to spend 45 minutes with us to actually do a podcast, given that she's the real star of the show.
Oh, wow. Thanks so much.
Watch the fucking movie, Danielle.
Thanks for making that so hard for me. Sure. I'll be available. Seriously. Just pay me $10 from everybody now to do it.
See.
I'm just joking.
See, Danielle's one. She's like one of the women that got like the Cash App link in her Instagram bio. Like that's Danielle, just ready for the money.
Oh shit, that was good. Are they doing that on Instagram now? Because I'm not on social media and shit. But are they doing that on the gram?
The Instagram models do.
Oh, okay, shit.
All right.
Y'all finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done? Are we finished? Like,
all right, so we also have we're gonna be doing our Avengers comic book of the month thing tonight, and hopefully we'll do Black Lightning because we're 2 episodes behind and we're getting requests from people. I know you guys love that, so we'll get all those out pretty soon. We'll get back on track. Also, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I haven't watched yet, which I need to watch. So we got a lot coming out in the next few days, in the next week or so. Leading up to all the big stuff next month. Later this month we have our Legion Season 1 recap because that comes back at the end of the month. And then next month we have Westworld.
Punisher.
What?
Oh, no. Are we not doing Punisher? So we're going to do Westworld?
Yeah, we're going to do the Punisher at some point. And Jessica Jones. I just got to watch them, all right?
Brandon,
Jesus.
Been waiting on you for months.
Yeah.
Look, fuck you. I'll get to the Punisher. There's other more
Mike's
important stuff.
The whole Netflix
Listen,
series
the Punisher is timeless. This shit's not timeless. We got time-sensitive shit to get to. I can get to the Punisher and Jessica Jones anytime, especially since I'm just got done with school. So we're good to go here. We will be back soon, guys. Thank you guys for listening. And make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you find the podcast app. And leave us a 5-star review. And we'll talk to you guys later.